This podcast is brought to you by Social Economy Europe.
Headlines, and we're going to start with a big headline here, is that this year was the year in which Spain chaired the high-level group of member states for the social economy. Now, Toledo, a city in Spain, was appointed as the EU social economy capital, and there was a summit held there on the 4th of December recently. So I'm going to pass this on to Victor. Before we start, this is a huge piece of news, and it hasn't got enough attention yet. So our job today is to really blast this across the internet and the ether and get the message out there. So Victor, I'll pass on to you and tell us all about this summit.
So yeah, indeed, Nick, you're totally right. Last 4th of December, there was a summit in Toledo, organized by the Spanish government, as you said, by the Ministry of Labor and Social Economy. Actually, it's the first time in Spanish history that there is a ministry called like that, Labor and Social Economy, at the very same level, and one ministry that has this competence, that is in charge of the social economy at the state or national level. And there is a minister, Minister Yolanda Díaz, who is in charge of labor and social economy. So indeed, as you said, Spain is chairing the high-level group of member states for the social economy that was founded in Luxembourg in 2015. It has a weird name and a very it's not a super easy name to remember, which is Monitoring Committee of Luxembourg Declaration, because in 2015 6 member states signed Luxembourg Declaration to promote the social economy. At the time, if I remember well, it was France, Luxembourg, and the minister in Luxembourg was Mr. Nicolas Schmid, who today is a European Commissioner for Jobs and Social Rights. He was the promoter of that initiative. So Luxembourg, France, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, and I think that was and Italy. And I think that was it at that moment. So that was in 2015. They decided to create an informal group. They decided to formalize it actually some months afterwards with a sort of constitution of the group, which was proposed by the Spanish government. And they proposed to have rotating presidencies. So Luxembourg was in 2015. In 2016, I don't quite remember who did it in 2016 because they were still discussing how the group was working. In 2017, it was Spain. In 2018, it was Slovenia. In 2019, it was France. In 2020, it was Spain again. So yes, indeed, on the 4th of December, 18 member states, actually 20 member states were participating, but 18 member states signed Toledo Declaration on Social and Solidarity Economy. So we have moved from 6 member states cooperating among them and sharing good practice among them in 2015 to 18 member states in 2020. Which member states? Just a second, because I have to have a look at the list. But I will do it as quick as possible. So basically, it was of course Spain, represented by its minister Yolanda Díaz. Portugal, represented by State Secretary Gabriel Bastos. France, represented by State Secretary for Social Economy Olivier Grégoire. Italy, represented by Minister for Labor Nuncia Catalfo. Belgium, who didn't sign but was present in the event and was represented by the Wallonia region. Ireland, Austria, Croatia, Cyprus, the Czech Republic, Germany, who didn't sign but was also present. Latvia, Bulgaria, Luxembourg, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia, Malta, Denmark, and Greece. Those 2 last countries were not present but decided to sign the declaration afterwards. Which is great news also. Denmark is a country from Northern Europe, and it's great to have one country of Northern Europe also interested in promoting the social economy. So that was it, Nick. 18 countries supporting together the social economy, meeting together, deciding to be part of this committee, to exchange good practices among them, but also to lobby institutions to have strong policies for the social economy. 18 countries asking the European Commission to develop a strong European action plan for the social economy in 2021 with a consistent budget. So an action plan that serves to inspire on the one hand, but also to invest in boosting the social economy as an essential player in building back better and fairer in what the European Union needs to do now, which is to recover from the current crisis. I mean, to recover from the crisis, but also to tackle the green and the digital transition that Europe and the rest of the world are facing, and also to fight inequalities, by the way, which are a serious issue for our societies and economies. Just something else. Portugal was elected as it was the end of the year, so Portugal and Spain will not lead anymore this group of member states because the presidencies are for 1 year. So Spain will not lead anymore this group in 2021. It will be led by Portugal. This is great news because also Portugal in some days is taking over from Germany the presidency of the Council of the European Union, colleagues, which is a very powerful position. So Portugal will be leading the work of the different ministerial councils and will be leading these key European institutions. You know that the European Union has 3 key institutions: the Commission, the Parliament, and then the Council. So Portugal will be leading that and leading also the Monitoring Committee of Luxemburg Declaration. We know that they will organize an important social economy conference in March, and basically on social economy as a creator, as a generator of quality jobs, and as a generator of social cohesion. So that's it.
That's fantastic. Thank you for that really detailed, really clear example, because I think one of these problems with especially the Toledo Declaration is we need to get the word out there, and we need people to understand what it is, who's involved, and how important it is. I mean, that's a really big deal. 18 member states signing the declaration is a fantastic show of solidarity for the cause. So I'm really happy we're going to get that message out there. And anybody watching this and listening, please share that news. Get that out there. We want to shout from the hilltops about this because it's a fantastic event.
This podcast is brought to you by Social Economy Europe.